It'd be easier if I just sailed to there, you know? It would have been a higher lot easier than that.
For taking me this far.
Maya scratches the back of her head.
This is where we part ways. For the moment.
Yeah, what's going on, Maya?
Atsura will want me to report in alone. Sorry, it's company business. I might not be back for a few days on account of this.
Maya chews the inside of her cheek and reaches into her pack. She produces a sealed missive.
I'm supposed to handle this one alone. I won't ask you to come along or get involved.
First it seems like she's looking down at her feet. In fact, Maya is looking down at her feet. I assume you'll find your way back.
Shouldn't be a problem. You leave a messy trail in your wake.
Grins to you, winking.
Your other bird friend can keep you company for a couple of days.
And also Pellegrina. Without missing a beat, Pellegrina makes a rude hand gesture. Maya's direction.
Go have fun. Chase a god, save an island. Do what you do best, Captain.
Let's do her my regards, I guess. Nods to you holding your grace for an extra moment before she clicks her tongue to summon Ishi. How many days is she away for? Warriors. Ranga huddles in close conversation with the warrior next to him. He whispers in a low, stern voice. No sooner do you catch the eye that he grins wide enough to stretch every muzzle in his face.
Greetings, friend. Always an honor to receive guests.
Thomas, at your service.
I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say.
I heard. Yep.
Pokokahara is restless. Even from afar, the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to calmer shores.
He uses his hand to gesture to the east. His hands fall limply to his side. It came from Pokokahara.
What say? Could this be?
Thumbs his chin, seeming to pose the question to himself.
The Valians went to Pokokahara for luminous Audra, but their expedition does not return. As the storms grow wild, Tikawara dies around us. No traveler will land here if they are forced to eat their belts, I say.
He absently presses his knuckles, worrying the blood from his fingers. Why not move the tribe elsewhere?
In our old villages, we were raided by pirates, stolen by slavers, and killed by Rawatayan scouts.
It drops further with each admission, as if their acknowledgement diminishes him personally.
So I brought them here, where the soil is too poor for koiki fruit and the waters too shallow for great fish. At least we are in the path of Valian traders as they come and go. This is protection, prosperity, a future.
He nods, resolute in his idea. But how is Pokokahara causing storms?
You are new to the islands. I would not expect you to know of these things. Our ancestors told of luminous Audra, the bones of the Deadfire, breaching through the sands of Pokokahara. Ngati raises her watery fist in defense of the Audra. Valian or Juana, it is nothing to her who suffers in the wake of such anger.
At the implication of divine providence, Pellegrina's right eye twitches in annoyance, the membrane flicking out and back. Fighting against it, she forces a weak smile and nods politely. Cocking his head to the side, Juana mirrors the gesture with a full smile. He seems to be puzzling out Pellegrina's reaction. It's highly unusual for Andra to impact the environment as you describe. I want to be clever. I hope the weather can swing.
Ikira, as do I, friend.
His brow creases, pulled down by a tired smile. I made it to the entrance of Pokokahara, but I can't get inside. Lies, but alright.
Here. This was a token passed down from the Rangas, said to come from Pokokahara in brighter days.
So I was right, I had to come here before I went in there. Oh well, I'm already there, okay. Like a seashell.
The Muzuma snail, a foul thing, yes? They eat through the dead faster than Tangaloa, I say. It is nothing the Kawaru would craft. The ancestors and their hobbies.
Shrugs, smiling.
If you need aid, Himarihi's warriors need only someone to bark commands and they will go.
He raises his fingers to his brow once more.
The Valians left many crates with the dwarf. He hoards them by the beach.
Annoyance flickers across his face, but it goes as quickly as a ripple in the water.
But we never refuse a guest. If you need sleep, Himarihi will show you all the villages contending for the honor of your visit. And if you need strong Mataru warriors to fight at your side, then Himarihi can help you with this also. She guards the trading post.
Tell me about your tribe.
Our village here is young still, but we will grow when the Valians come. That is for what we build many houses now, even a trading post.
He beams with pride.
We make Tikawara pleasing to the Valians. Then when they come for Pokokahara, they build their harbor here. They must.
Here's his throat. Don't seem to mind the Falarian influence.
Some tribes push foreigners away, but it is good to have powerful friends.
Brown briefly clouds his expression.
The company can be a good friend to helpful partners, even out here.
Nods warmly towards Ruanu.
If the Valians come, they will build an outpost here in Tikawara.
His gaze unfocuses like he is convincing himself of every word.
And then we will have more to trade with outsiders than just Rongi's mats. With coin comes protection, friendship. A favorable arrangement for both sides, I say.
It doesn't seem like you have enough to support that many people.
Then we buy what we do not grow. Soon our pockets will drag behind us with foreign coin.
Blinks at you and clears his throat.
I say that in Tikawara there is always a spot around the fire and...
Rungle reverberates from the stomach on the guard standing next to Ruana. He grimaces and places his hand over his belly as if to muffle the sound. Ranga shoots him a withering glare.
And a koiki in every hand.
Comes back to you. He's all wide smiles and pleasantries again.
Speak on, friend.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, you must...
Allow me.
The woman is young, but her serious manner makes her look much older. Her nose and ears are pierced in several places, and her mouth is twisted in a skull.
More outlanders. Are your masters so desperate that they send you to plunder a starving village?
Yeah, I think we got off with the wrong foot. Tom, captain of the junk.
For what do you say this? To impress me? You are no different from the last ones who came through.
She shakes her head, scowling.
Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper packs as well as blades. But they conquer us all the same.
Wears her stance and grimaces. So learn to fight or read the fine print. I'm only looking for Pokokahara, which I know where it is.
Eora. That is what the last bunch said.
Oh,
Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Pokokahara for Adra riches. I warned the Valians about Pokokahara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl? Now I remain. They are gone. Taken by the curse.
Blind are some of the most skilled navigators in the world. They don't just go missing.
Pokokahara was not for them. With Nagati's aid, the sea takes and gives in equal measure.
Place her finger to her brow.
Dark clouds surround Pokokahara, and in my dreams, they swallow us all.
She looks at the statue next to her, eyes bright with intensity. If the island is cursed, whoever lived to tell the tale of it. Sighs deeply, her bony shoulders rising like a vulture's wing.
We tell these stories not because they happen just so. We tell them for what they mean. Our Rangosphere makes him too trusting. He believes the Valiant traders will protect us if they settle here and mine Pokokahara.
Closes her eyes and shakes her head.
They will. It is what the company has done throughout the Eastern Reach. Why not here?
So the villagers pour their sweat into the sand, building a trading post on a barren island.
Either way, it seems like Tikawara's days of isolation are numbered. I say nothing good can come of us standing in the path of Hungary for the lady.
They will kill us, rob us, enslave us. And we will be too busy building their halls and sweeping their docks to fight.
Bites her lip in a bitter frown.
You are known as a friend to the Huana. If you did not win our favor to simply profit from us, then prove it now. If you go to Pokokahara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe.
Faces sharply as she studies your reaction.
We saw how the Valians took over Port Marge. Imagine a similar scenario with a less amiable governor.
Akira, your friend sees the shape of things. When the Hydra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores.
I will consider it.
I hope so. And we did not speak of this. Akira?
Nods, and well, Pelaguna right beside me. She could tell everybody. She nods, but her eyes are still narrowed in caution. I hear that Anahara also had problems with outsiders. She winces as you speak the name. One hand strays to the coral crescent pendant, forces it back down, pinning her hand beneath folded arms.
Anaharu was the tribe's priest before me. And he was my father. Before he challenged Ruanu to a trial of waves.
Eyes and takes hold of the pendant, gripping it in a tight fist.
But he was cast off. We are forbidden to speak of him.
But the waves.
When there is an argument between leaders that cannot be answered, we turn to Nagati.
Good idea.
Two challengers risk violent currents, beasts from the deep, and waves that would dash them against the rocks. The winner, if there is one, has Nagati's favor. The loser, living or dead, is forgotten by Nagati and the tribe.
So why did you challenge him?
My father knew the traders are as dangerous as pirates and slavers, perhaps more, because they grow strong in Neketaka. So, when the expedition came, he begged Ruanu to send them away and move the tribe to another island.
Probably knuckles pair as she squeezes the pendant.
Ruanu, he did not listen, and Anaharu was done talking.
So cast off, does that mean like, or go away? Go.
It means the tribe must forget him. The Ranga divided his possessions among the other Mataru, and now we do not speak of him.
Follows, still looking away. Well, apparently you're still speaking.
Anaharu goes to his next life, but forgotten, he goes to a different tribe.
Hangs her head. He doesn't seem to think much of his leadership.
He is a Ranga. My own great aunt looked into his soul and declared him such.
Even as she says this, she hesitates, one hand clenching and a fist at her side.
I must respect him, even as he builds a village for our enemies.
Have you tried reasoning with him?
Akira, I have, and so did
Breaks off, looking down and frowning.
Anaharu. I must learn to stop saying his name.
Well, suppose I'm are. It's only a name. Are you the priestess of this tribe? She nods, one finger brushing the crescent pendant of her neck.
We worship the same gods as the foreigners, but sometimes with different names. This is Nagati, the trickster of the seas.
Points the wooden statue. It's as smooth as an old piece of driftwood, and its thumbs bleached and water-stained patches suggest years of travel from one village to the next.
Foreigners know her as Andra. To us, there is no difference.
Technically, one's something else and one's the other. Alright, could be wrong with that. Who's here?
You need something?
It says you got the Temano stealing Kawaka.
Akira.
Pauses and stares at you with wide eyes.
Tamau was creeping around the drying hut where we stored Kawiki for the ceremony, north of our Ranga's home.
Head to gesture away, holding your eye contact all the while.
I grabbed Tamau by the wrist and dragged him to Makumu. We found all of the Kawiki were gone. The snake brought this on himself, I say. Now Makumu will deliver him to Tangaloa's maw. where he belongs.
Actually see Tamao with any Koiki.
Ikira, it is as I said. Tamau was near the Koiki hut. Stuffing his face, I say. And if he will not admit it in this life,
well,
he
you
will
didn't
pay in
see
the
it,
next one.
so that's an accusation. Can you think of anyone that might help me find the Quacker? His eyes turning down.
I know that Makumu wished to give the fruit to Ngati with a prayer to pull back her furious storms.
Actually, Makuru told me the Kwaki were for a harvest ritual. His mouth opens to retort, but closes it and hangs his head.
It is said the gods piss on the souls of liars before sending them back to Eora as krill. Tamau stole no Koiki.
Well, that turned quite round fast. That was a 180, that, eh?
Kahopa must have made Tamau from sand lice, because he gives nothing to the tribe, only takes.
You steal the Quacker? I can see why you'd want to.
Ikira, I say Tamau is guilty even if he has no Koiki juice on his hands. He hates the tribe. Pity and charity fill his belly and shell pouch, and he has not strained a muscle to serve anyone but himself.
His eyes.
Knowing this does not bring the Koiki back to the drying hut, but it will help to heal the tribe.
Would Makuru accept your retraction without Koiki to prove it?
No. He wants the Koiki and the guilty. So do we all, I say. I cannot say if the true thief covered their tracks, since Makumu never looked for clues.
Someone brushes sand off his feet.
But the drying hut? Ikira, in his sandals, this is where I would look.
Okay. Seems lost in thought. His clothes are neat and clean, but tugging on the fringe of his sash, where he's worried into a long loose thread. He looks at you, his bloody eyes suddenly sharpen a little.
What say? You are new to Tikawara?
Odds looking you up and down. And what'd you do here?
I weave baskets and mats, strong and soft, just as my mother's cousin taught me.
He smiles with real pride.
In the afternoon, I sell them here. Of course, all that I earn goes back to the Ranga first. This is prize share.
Wishes to add the latter part.
Ikira, we trust in our Ranga to dispense our food, goods, and coin to the tribe. The Mataru get the best of all, and then the Kwaru. The Raparu share what is left among themselves.
Well,
Mukumu sees to it that Tamau is made an example of what breaking prize share looks like.
anything about the missing Quacky foot.
Only that Tamau has slept like a fat tortoise, while the rest of us chew on reeds to fool our bellies. Ikira, no one could be less surprised. Tamau had this coming. Guilty or no, being tossed to the waves is what Tamau deserves. I have no tears for him. He complained until the Ranga gave him my finest mats, and then left him out for the sport of beasts. Let the gods sort him.
Wow, they really didn't like him. Eh? So even if Tamao is innocent, you don't care?
The tribe has challenges enough without Juana eating from each other's plates.
Flaring his nostrils, Rongi glances away from
You overstep for a stranger, an outsider. I say you should go back to the shore that welcomes you.
runs away.
I see your feet will not let you stay in one place. I weave baskets in the after, of course. All that I... Ikira. For what do you follow me?
Rongo keeps his hands at his sides, breathing heavily all the while. Hopefully nervous, something the matter.
Can a weaver not soak his feet in the cool sand? Our village has troubles, Ikira. I go here to set mine afloat on Ngati's back.
Get peaceful lapping over quack. Tell me, I can tell you're up to something.
If you will not leave me alone, then I go.
Raises his brows and studies you.
All this noisy tarrying exposes us to hungry Lavufath.
Begins to trek back to the village, glancing over his shoulder. Ha ha ha! Well,
I see your feet will not let you stay in one place.
can you explain the cookie fruit I found on the beach? He blinks at you, his mouth falling open. At first it seems like he's going to protest, but then he simply hangs his head in surrender.
I stole the Koiki, not Tamao. Ruanu would have us waste our last Koiki on a ceremony to the gods. I say the seeds must be harvested and planted.
I would really agree with that, yes. He nods resolutely on this point, even as he eases back.
So I hide them by the shore, where the sun warms the sand just so. And I wait.
So why frame Tamao? Why not explain it to the chieftain?
Ruanu would not understand. A Kuaru like me is no farmer. It is not my place to decide what is harvested. But if I can spring life from the Koiki seeds, then we have a chance to feed the tribe on a new crop. At least, what tribe still lives by the time the fruit grows? What say? He has stolen, insulted us, even hurled insults at the gods.
Spits and wipes his mouth with the back of his hand.
He is no innocent, I say. If birthing a new crop of Koiki means his sacrifice, even Ngati would forgive this. The sun and sand gives the fruit a warm nest. Koiki is tough, stubborn. It does not surrender without a fight. I let Amira's hot breath warm the heart of the seeds and tell them to grow.
So it's just a question of what to tell.
Ikira, but say nothing. If Ruana takes back the Koiki, we will grow nothing else in time to sustain the tribe.
Puts his head, speaking to the ground between his feet.
I beg of you, for the good of the tribe, let Tumau meet the gods that the rest of us might eat again.
You can literally fish. They go out 5 meters and you can fish.
Yes. Hello. Whatever you need, I can help. Hidden from all the sand crabs and liars, I say.
Shows teeth to manner.
Kira, that is no work of mine. Though I want to see you lose a finger to the crabs, digging up the rest.
Power laughs in spite of himself, his teeth red with dried blood.
I say I'm beyond finished. For this, I'll feed you to Ngati myself.
Now, could I say, is this really necessary, or do I have to do that?
With respect, it is not for you to question how I protect the tribe and appease the gods.
Turns a severe look to you.
Unless you think someone else is to blame.
What's wrong, Gay? The dagger bobs in Makuma's hand, his pinched glove hovering on tongue.
Kira, this is true? Why would Rangi do this?
He wanted the key seeds to sprout.
What say? He thinks a weaver knows better than the Ranga what to do with our fruit?
Things in grip on the hilt of the dagger.
Two traitors. But only one deserves death this day.
Resolved, Makuza nods to himself and presses his lips together. Without another word, he passes you some bottles and shells. There you go. The scent comes upon you gradually as you travel. It smells of the kitchens of Cad Noir, of honey, cinnamon and fresh bread. Meals shared with those now absent. Off the path, you catch a glimmer of movement. Something large and bulbous stirs beneath the trees. Don't think I'll be able to sneak, will I? In the centre of the nearby clearing stands a delium, tending to a large spore. The delium seems fond of the living tropics, with vibrant flowers cresting her head. Her shape suggests that of an plant with pointed ears. The delium looks you up as you enter the clearing, eyes widening slightly as she takes you in. She steps a few steps to the side before reaching a protective hand to rest upon the large spore. Her attention remains on you. Cub that knows you no better, you tend where others fear. Her voice rumbles like a fallen tree line. Examines. Need survival. Bulbous fungus towers taller than an anwa, its fleshy fronds hanging over its bulging stalk. A miasma of yellow dust hang around it, gently stirring in the light breeze. Are you in trouble? Do you need help? She says nothing for a moment, her head tilting to the side. Why do you ask this? Do you think we fear the spore? She smiles and brushes a hand along one of the spore's fronds. We have nothing to fear here. Drawn by the scent, were you? Her voice sounds like the whispers of wind through the leaves. You do not know why the stubborn spore does that. He has rooted his meal. The spore shudders slightly, and you notice a thick tome tucked among its roots. Anyone's got survival except me. Oh, look at that! The bulbous fungus towers taller than an andra, its fleshy fronds hanging over its bulging stalk. Okay, so I've already got intellect. Good intellect, surely. What? What do we do? Yeah, how did he not have the intellect, but she does? Yours is 17, hers is 16. Thanks, Spore, you can barely mark out the recumbent form of some unfortunate kif tangled in its roots. The essence of the spore sucks from its victim, glimmering along its length. If it notices you, it will likely attack, and inhaling the spores clouding around it could confuse you. Okay, it smells amazing. Do I eat it? Do I want to eat it? Mushroom flavour explodes in your mouth, sweet and tart, and you feel a tangy run the length of your body. The world seems to sharpen, your thoughts to focus. Nods to you before she returns to tending the large spore. You leave her glade behind. Anything further?